Well, the U.S. Americans are ready for their tag team title matches, so let's hand over once again to Brandon Shannings. Alright, it's time for our tag team title match, which will include our special third place match that's making its debut this year. So here we go. Alright, so first we would like to present our third place tag team match. It'll feature Jason Hill and Nick Gimmick, which were defending champions at the beginning of the season, as they take on the Go-Getters, Antonio Bennett and Chris Schneider. So it's a rematch for the third place in the 2015 tag team standings. Here's the lineup for this race. This should be an exciting one. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Alright, so these two famous teams meet again. This time they're just settling for third place. Who's gonna wind up in third place this year? Will it be Jason Hill and Nick Gimmick, or the famous Go-Getters? Right now number 7 was going to West, now number 1 is going to West, and so is number 2! What a bizarre. Well anyway, the first superstar against Speedbuzz was Nick Gimmick. And he has an easy victory, so Jason Hill and Nick Gimmick will wind up as our third place team for 2015. The Go-Getters will have to settle for 4th place. Well done to these two teams. Number 7 will take the next speed bus. Alright, so your third place team for 2015 belongs to Jason Hill and Nick Gimmick. Congratulations to these teams. Alright, first we'd like to present our third place match featuring the Go-Getters, Antonio Bennett and Chris Schneider, against Eric Crosby and Aaron Holmes. Alright, so these two teams will have a second chance to shine for the Las Vegas crowd. The winner is going to wind up in third place over the 4 teams that have participated in the playoffs this year. And I know that all 4 teams are expected to be back next season for Chao Racing 2016 and another shot to become tag team champions. But first, let's see what happens in this year's third place match. Here we go. Good luck to both teams, and let's rock this place! Alright, so last year the Go-Getters were in the third place match, but they couldn't quite pull off a victory against Jason Hill and Nick Gimmick. Tonight, they'll have to settle for a third place match again. But this time they should have the upper hand because Antonio Bennett is extremely fast. I think they should get third place this time. Well, anyway, who will get the opening toss of this race? As Antonio Bennett flies down the track, it's going to be number 8 who gets the opening toss. That's who. That's the second race in a row that number 8 has got the opening toss for the championship series, and number 1 is going to West. Right now, he and number 7 are battling for dear life, as speed bus number 2 will be made by Aaron Holmes, who's trying to hold on number 8 for third place. Right now, it is Antonio Bennett who has a commanding lead, with Christian right on his second. So the Go-Getters have the lead over Eric Crosby and Aaron Holmes at the current moment. As the next speed bus will be made by number 7, who easily holds on number 1 for dear life. Number 1 is getting left behind in the crowd, and he taunts one more. So he's gonna have a lot of catching up to do after his taunting for a while. Who will get the next command speed bus? It's Eric Crosby. That's who. Curry trying to catch up with number 8 for 4th place. Right now, Chris Schneider and Aaron Holmes are battling for 2nd place, but it looks like Chris Schneider is an excellent climber. And now he's right on his tail with Antonio Bennett as number 8 gets another turn. Curry battling with Eric Crosby for 4th place in the current moment. Trying to get some attention here as number 1 finally gets some help from the crowd. But it won't be enough to stay in the game, don't you think? And it looks like the Go-Getters should capture an easy 3rd place over the 4 teams right now. Aaron Holmes won't have enough distance to catch up with him in time, even with that speed bus. The Go-Getters are going to do it right over there. Antonio Bennett and Chris Schneider of the Go-Getters claim 3rd place this year after winding up in 4th place last season. So they got third place this year as Eric Crosby will wind up with the last speed best of the race. They wind up in 4 points over pack. So the Go-Getters finished the season in third place this year. That's right, and we are back with our tag team championship after we find out about this. Alright, first for our third place match in the tag team format, we have the Go-Getters, Antonio Bennett and Chris Schneider, and the Dazzling Aces John Miller and Fred Harrison. Our third place match for our tag team contention is presented by Verizon, the only place where you can obtain 4G network across all of the internet and Wi-Fi across the globe. Make Verizon your internet provider today. Alright, so the Go-Getters finished third place last time. Will they do it again for 2017? We're about to find out right now. Please start the race. Alright, here comes the Go-Getters and the Dazzling Aces. Both teams pressing down the line, trying to finish with a third place medal in the tag team contention. Who will wind up with third place? We'll find out soon enough. Right on the floor, Chao had chicken and food, and there they go, busting down the line. Fred Harrison decided to be left behind, dancing to the beat. And who will get the winning toss this time? It is number 1 who got the winning toss, as one of the silver Chao on the rest. Fred Harrison is getting left behind in the competition, along with number 2. And there he goes, busting down the line. He's trying to gain a lot of momentum if he wants to get third place. Ahead of the back, as John Miller, his partner, takes speed versus number 2 this place, trying desperately to catch up with the crowd. Right out in his Chris Schneider, battling with Fred Harrison, trying to maintain the Go-Getters third place for a second consecutive year. As the next speeders were made by number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Here's battling with numbers 1 and 7 and the next generation superstar, Antonio Bennett of the Go-Getters. Which one of those 4 will get the next command speeders? It is number 1 who gets it. That will leave Antonio Bennett at number 7 and 8 in the dust. And back up in front, down goes Chris Schneider, and he almost found on course. That will give Fred Harrison a little bit of breathing room to catch up. As number 8, who's still way behind the competition, next takes another turn. That makes his second speed rest of the race. Meanwhile, Chris Schneider is trying to defend the lead over John Miller, and down he goes! He's trying to defend the lead over John Miller and Fred Harrison, both members of the Dazzling Aces. Will they make a comeback here? We'll find out soon enough. Next verse belongs to the next generation superstar, Antonio Bennett, one half of the Go-Getters, and number 8 is getting left behind on the competition all the way back. As number 2 easily defensively on the force with Chao with the next command speeders. Chris Schneider is in the first to approach the home stretch in the current moment. There he goes, flying down the aisle. And who will get the next one? It is going to be the next generation superstar, Antonio Bennett. That makes his second speed rest for the race. Fred Harrison trying to make a miracle statement at the very one. There he goes. Will he make it all the way? I don't know. It looks like he will be. Fred Harrison lifts the Dazzling Aces to third place over the Go-Getters. What an amazing comeback. As John Miller, surprised with his victory, will have the next command speeders, and I think that's going to do it for this race. Yep, he's going to close off the race. So with that last minute comeback, the Dazzling Aces clinch third place over the Go-Getters. Thanks, Go-Getters, for all your support you had to sell for 4th place. Don't go away, the Tag Team Championship is up next. Do not miss it. Alright, Brennan. We're going to do our 3rd place match first, featuring Kyle Leishman and the Bobby May and the Bobby K against Alpine Jr. and Chris Knuckles, who won last year's Tag Team Championship against the undefeated Licenses of Destiny. And our 3rd place match for our tag team play this year is presented by GameStop, with many great games for PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Always a reminder to have how to play us when you visit with GameStop each and every visit. And there's a look at the lineup for this race. And let's head down to the field once again. Everyone is on the clock. Best of luck to the 4 teams, to the 2 teams on the quest for 3rd place this year. And let's rock this place! Okay, there goes the pack, pressing down the line. trying to maintain their third place position after their heartbreaking loss in the playoffs 3 weeks ago. Now they're trying to rebound to get third place this year. Which team will wind up in third place this year? We'll find out soon enough. And it looks like on Chao seems like they're dancing to the beat. And there goes Bobby K. He's going to have the upper hand for Kyle Richmond and his team. As the first superstar that gets beat this is number 2. That's a little bit of catching up to do for number 2. And right now it looks like number 7 is Gomez. And so is, he went in water. I thought he was going west. Anyway, number 7 went to west. And it looks like it's going to be number 8 who's going to west. That's Beavis. Number 2 this race we made by Chris Monaco. So leads number 8 in the dust. Right now it is Kyle Richmond, who's safely ahead of Al Heen Jr., one half of our defending tag team champions, or would have been the defending tag team champions if they would reach the tag team championship, but they had to settle for third place this year. As we have back into Chris Monaco's now passing the 1 minute mark in this exciting race, and guess who's getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back? It's number 8, that's 2. He's getting all on last place for the moment. Who got the next command because it's a Bobby Man, a Bobby K. He also really needs some catching up to do. That's a little bit of help for him. Meanwhile, it looks like Kyle Richmond and Al Heen Jr. are battling neck to neck heading into the mall. Which team will come on top? We'll find out soon enough. Next best belongs to Chris Monaco. That makes his fast BS race. Wow, he needs to catch up in a little every now and then. Poor number 8 still really needs some speed bus right now. But it's the Bobby Mater, Bobby K, who will get his second speed bus at the race. And back with fun, it looks like Kyle Richmond and Al Heen Jr. climbing along. And here comes Chris Monaco with all his heart, climbing up very quickly at the turn one. As Kyle Richmond will have the next command spears. And he regains control of the lead after Chris Monaco's temporarily hold on to the lead. And Chris Monaco is correct. So Kyle Richmond will defend the lead over Al Heen Jr. for the second time in this race. I do believe he is going to hold on this time. Don't you think? As the Bobby Mater by K gets his third speed bus race, I do believe he is going to be pleased with himself. Al Heen Jr. will have enough business to catch up to Kyle Richmond in time. As Chris Monaco takes a 4th speed bus in the race, Kyle Richmond and Bobby K are our third place winners for the 2017 season of Chao Racing. And we have just enough time for one more speed bus of this race, and we may by number 1. Thank you, Al Heen Jr. and Chris Monaco. You have yourself for 4th place, but I know you're sure you come back next season. And Kyle Richmond and Bobby K, congratulations, you got 3rd place, and whoops in our tag team championship after we hear a word from this. Alright, the next race will decide our 3rd place tag team winners. And it will feature the Milltrainers and Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton. Both teams were disappointed to be eliminated from championship contention, but one of them is going to wind up on the podium with 3rd place. So, which team will wind up in 3rd place in the podium, and who will have to settle for 4th? There's only one way to find out. Best of luck to these two teams on the quest for victory, and let's vote this place! Alright, so in the middle of battle out with Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton to decide who is going to deserve to be on the podium with 3rd place this year. And don't forget, we still have our tag team championship match featuring Darlings Luke Green against Al Heen Jr. and Chris Monaco. That's coming up in the next segment. But right now, let's watch this race. And right now, it looks like Raymond Hill is going to have coming on the lead. But Howard and Dave in the military have a 2-1 advantage because Michael Clayton is dancing to the beat. And it looks like Raymond Hill is going to be heading for the water. And so is Dave Miller. These two challenge battling poorly up in front, and it looks like number 1 is Squirrel as number 8 wins the winning toss this time around, and right now he's trying to catch up in hurry. Right now Michael Clayton is also heading for the water. He's trying desperately to stay alive in the rankings. There he goes, he's swimming like crazy, trying with his team to a 3rd place finish in the podium this year. He's making his way towards the other side of the water. And he has Beavis number 2, and he can't forget about Gordon West. He keeps on going here, folks. Right now, he's trying to chew on Raymond Hill, who is right behind Dave Miller on the Milltrainers, who is battling for the lead with Dave Miller up in the front. We're approaching the 1 minute mark in this race. As the next BS we may by Number 2, who leads over the 4 and Chao in 5th place. I think he's dominating over the 4 and Chao. Yep, right way looks like it. Sure looks like it. The other 3 Silver Chao are trying desperately to catch up to the crowd. They don't want to be left behind for number 2 all the way in the back of the pack, but let's head back to number 2. He was positive from 1, but now he's starting to dominate over the 4 Silver Chao in a hurry. Meanwhile, up in the front, Dave Miller and Raymond Hill and Howard Miller are all battling for the lead heading into the wall. Which team is going to prevail? Who is going to be on the podium with 3rd place this year? Only time will tell. Next PS belongs to number 7. He could reach numbers 1 and 8 in the dust. Looks like numbers 1 and 8 might not get a speed bus in time before they hit the wall. I believe they're going to be busy climbing up the wall all the way in the back. Yep. So who will get the next one? It's Raymond Hill, and look at that. His team now has a commanding lead over the Miller Trailers. So now Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton will have to push to defend the lead to try to walk away with 3rd place on the podium this year. As number 8, who wakes up for a snap, takes his number 10, that makes his 2nd speed bus of the race. Looks like Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton is going to be on the podium with 3rd place this season. As number 8 takes back-to-back speed bus, Raymond Hill lifts Michael Clayton to the podium this year with 3rd place. Thanks, Miller Trailers, for all your support. You had to sell for 4th place, but you're still coming back next season for Chao Racing 2019. Well done by these 2 teams. Nice job, Raymond and Michael. Your fans worked out the core, and now you won in 3rd place. Back for the Tag Team Championship after this, so stay tuned. Alright, so as we all know, we got a great matchup for you for the Tag Team Championship this year. 2 great undefeated teams trying to fulfill a Cinderella season this year. And we look forward to do the Fate 1 forward during later on in the show. But first, let's hear what Paul has to say about our 3rd place match for the Tag Team play. Alright, for our 3rd place Tag Team match, we have Eddie and Owen of the Warriors Brothers against Corey Sanchester and JJ Nehemiah. So, which team will walk away with a 3rd place podium to finish off their 2019-20 season? There's only one way to find out. Good luck to these 2 teams on the quest for victory, and let's rock this place! Alright, so the 2 Warriors and Corey and JJ are trying their best to get on the podium this year to get 3rd place to finish off the season. And right now, Owen Warriors is going to rest, so he will be left behind in the competition for a while. Right now, the other 3 Chao are going to check the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Eddie Warriors and JJ Nehemiah busting down the line. Number 1 will have control of the lead early on in the race. And they are making their way towards the amethyst portion on the M course. As number 8, who is dancing to the beat along with Owen Warriors, wins the Owen Talk this time around. Owen Warriors is getting left behind for number 8 to come on. And number 7 is Squad, so he will drop down to last place over the competition all the way on back of the witness. And now it looks like Corey Sanchez is going to, so he'll also be left behind the competition as number 8, who leaves him at number 7 in the dust, opens this one up with back-to-back speedruns as he fights with Owen Warriors for 5th place. Right now it is JJ Nehemiah and Eddie Warriors of the Warriors Brothers who will be battling for the lead up in the front. As the next speedruns were made by Corey Sanchez, who desperately needs to catch him every now and then. Right now he is trying to lead number 7 in the dust as we pass the 1 minute mark in its race. Number 7 is getting left behind from Corey Sanchez and number 8 on the cut 1. And who will get the next command speed runners? It's number 8. Still trying to lead Corey Sanchez and number 7 in the dust. Meanwhile, back in front, Eddie Warriors trying to defend the lead over number 1, heading into the southbound portion of the course at number 1 possible. So Owen Warriors will move up to 2nd place. JJ Nehemiah also have a little bit of catching up to do, but we'll see which one will come on top later on in the race. Back to number 8. That's 4 speed bumps on the last 5 times for this race so far. This race, Poor Corey Sanchez, meanwhile, is getting left behind in the competition. I think it's time that he needs a couple more speeders to get back in this one. But it's number 2 who will have the next command speeders battling number 7 and 8 for 5th place. And back in front, the Warriors man is making their way towards home stretch, and Eddie Warriors is scoring rest. That means his partner Owen Warriors will have command of the lead after being forced to take a rest at the start of the race. And now it is JJ Nehemiah who will get the next command speeders, try and make one last effort to stay alive. And right now it is Owen Warriors who's trying to wrap things up for the Warriors brothers over number 1. I do believe the Warriors brothers are going to get 3rd place on the podium this year. Yep. As Corey Sanchez takes his second speed bus to the base, the Warriors brothers are 3rd place winners for the 2019-20 season tag team play. Corey Sanchez and JJ Nehemiah were to settle for 4th place. Thank you, Corey Sanchez and JJ Nehemiah, for a great season. As number 8 will get another turn, making his 5th speed bus to the base. So, the Warriors brothers are on the podium this year with 3rd place. That's right, congratulations on a fine season by the 2 Warrior brothers themselves. And we're ready for the Tag Team Championship after this, so stay tuned for more about Chao Racing Championship Series. We now present all the action of our 3rd place match for the tag team play. That's right, it's Kevin Forrester and Danielle Heaton against the 2018 Rising Stars champion Bryson Dorns and No One Helps. So the winning team of this race will get to be on the podium this year with a 3rd place finish this season after these 2 teams were knocked out of the playoff contention by Alvin and Zach and the other team. Let's see who's going to wind up in 3rd place. Everyone's on the clock, and let's rock this place! So it's Kevin and Daniel versus Bryson and No One to determine who will be on the podium with a 3rd place finish this year. And it looks like Kevin Forrester will score the rest. And there goes Daniel Heaton and No One Else. These 2 Chao will be battling for the lead up in the front. As number 8 wins the opening toss this time. Not much of a speed bus that time, but at least he's leaving number 1 in the dust, who is dancing to the beat all the way in last place. And No One Else will take speed bus number 2 after a disappointing 2nd place finish in the senior championship earlier in the show. Trying to get redemption for a 3rd place finish under the tag team format. He is currently catching out to Bryson Dorns and Daniel Heaton, and number 1 will get the next command speeders. And right now, down goes Kevin Forrester for the count. Kevin Forrester is trying his best to catch up with the crowd in a hurry. We are approaching the 1-minute mark, and here comes Kevin Forrester with the next command speeders. Right now, it's a 3-way battle for the lead, with No One Helps leading over his partner Bryson Dorns and Danielle Heaton. And who will get the next command speeders? It's number 1. Trying to catch up with number 7, Harry. Oh, Kevin Forrester might need some help from the crowd. He is one of the strongest child league during the past season. And here he comes with his 2nd speed bus to the base. The other 3 child climbing on the start wall. And here he comes! Kevin Forrester making a statement in the early run. We'll find out soon enough who's going to win this one. Next BS belongs to number 7. He currently leaves number 1 stranded in last place as he climbs the stone wall. And it's going to be No One Else will get another turn down. That makes his 2nd speed bus to the base. But will it be enough to make it past from Kevin Forrester? I don't know. Kevin and No One are approaching home stretch. They are neck to neck heading into the finish line. I do believe it's going to be Kevin Forrester who's going to come on top of this race. Yep. And number 1 will get the next speed bus. So this year, that 3rd place podium is going to belong to Kevin Forrester and Daniel Heaton. They beat out Bryson Dorns and No One Else tonight. Nicely done by Kevin and Daniel. The Tag Team Championship is on its way next, but first let's hear a word from this.